Hi, I'm Alexandra Lowe. I'm one of the ADHD coaches at the ADHD Centre. In this video, we're going to look at the executive function of impulsivity. Before we launch into these 6 executive functions and the mindfulness practices that can help us strengthen those executive functions, I probably want to explain a little bit about executive functions for those of you who may not be familiar with the term. So the executive functions are the part of the brain, in the front of the brain, that manage self-regulation, impulsivity, control both of our emotions and our flexibility. And they're the drivers for our action. If those are in place, if those are in good working order, then we behave exactly as we want to behave, and there's nothing that gets in the way. I'm going to show you specific mindfulness practices that can help hone these executive functions so that we start to do much more fluidly what neurotypicals do automatically. One example of the impairment of the executive functions is impulsivity. And that means not having control of the actions that we do because we just go on and on and on. It's as if there's no on-off switch in the brain. So it's either something we're thinking and we're planning something and we just go on and on and on, or it's something that we blurt out something out because we've got nothing that stops us, that inhibits us from saying that. We just say it because we think it and then we say it. Another way of describing it is the when circuit in the brain. And that gives us a sense of timing, when's the right time to say something, but also an awareness of the length of time. How long is this taking me to do it? And we just don't have that capacity, that ability to measure time and to see when we should stop something and when we should start something. So the issue really at stake here is that our brain is thinking much, much faster than our mouths or our actions can deal with. So bringing in some pause, choosing time-out moments, being able to manage time is going to be really, really helpful. And one of the key mindfulness practices is mindfulness of the breath, focusing on the breath, finding an anchor on the breath. So we're going to do one of these breath-focused meditations now. Breathing is something we do automatically. We don't have to think about it. We just breathe in and out all day. With mindfulness, we're bringing our attention to the actual breathing. And an anchor, a breath anchor, is finding a place in the body where you feel the breath as we breathe in and out. So it could be the belly that rises and falls as you breathe in and out. Or you might feel the breath more in the chest or in the shoulders as you breathe in and out. So try it. And out. Another breath anchor could be feeling the breath as it comes in through the nostril and comes out through the mouth. So breathing in and breathing out. So we'll refer quite often to your anchor, your breath anchor. And that means that place where you feel more the breath as it goes in and out of your body. So to learn how to do this breath focus exercise, the first thing is to find your anchor, be comfortable with your anchor. So that's your breath felt in the belly or felt in the chest or felt in the nostrils. And we're going to breathe in and out very calmly. So just close your eyes. Make sure that you're sitting in a comfortable posture, feet flat on the floor. Set the intention to do this practice. And breathing in and out. Another breath in, letting it all out. We call this following the breath. As we follow the breath in, moment of pause, and out. And if it helps, you can count your breaths. So you can breathe in, 1, and breathe out, 2, breathe in, 3, and breathe out, 4. And you're counting in your head. It doesn't have to be out loud. Just one more. In, 5, 6. And then you start again at 1. You don't need to go any higher. And once you can really notice this breath focus, following the breath in and following the breath out, just be aware that a mind can wander. It's a very, very normal thing. Don't get upset or feel, oh, I'm not doing it right. Just allow the mind to come back to the breath. Choose to follow your breath at your anchor and start again. You can always start again. One way that can be helpful, if you just open your eyes now, and it's sometimes for people with ADHD, it's much easier to visualize it. We can use our hand. So we're going to follow the breath, just as we did, in and out, but tracing our hand. So start with the finger of one hand at the bottom of the thumb, just here. And as we trace the finger up the thumb, we inhale, pause at the top of the thumb, and exhale as we trace down to the web between the fingers. Pause. Breathing in as we trace up. Pause at the top and breathing out. And notice the sensation of your finger tracing on your hand. Maybe it tickles, maybe it's soothing. Just notice it as it progresses through each finger. But the breathing is steady. It's lovely and relaxed. There's no stress or strain. There's no striving. Just breathing in and breathing out. Inhaling as we trace the middle finger. Pausing. Exhaling as we meet the web. Pausing. Inhaling as we come to the fourth finger. Exhaling. And the last finger, breathing in and breathing out. And as we can feel those 5 fingers, it just helps us to know where we're going with this. Helps the ADHD mind that sometimes can get a bit restless and a bit lost in thought. We can come back to the finger that we got distracted in and just pick it up from there, and that's fine. This breath-focused mindfulness practice is the basis of all mindfulness. So it's important to try and do it as often as we can. Start with a few times a day, in find little moments where you just want to bring some pause into the day. Take those deep breaths, those 5 breaths in and out. And gradually you build up the practice and you can do this more often. In the next video, we're going to look at the executive function of self-monitoring or self-regulation.